pronouns are words like he, or him, or our, or their, which, that, it, that take the place of a noun in a sentence so that we don't have to repeat it all the time. So, what should go here? All of Bob's children are smart, though most of them, good. The next one, the polar bear usually rears young here means children or baby bears. The polar bear usually rears what do you think? Usually rears its young. Polar bear is singular. And so we need a singular pronoun. It's young. Don't worry. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. As long as you don't make these mistakes in the exam. That's what you're here for. All right. Now, suppose that Nancy was wondering, ask for help. Maybe Mark, maybe Jens, maybe Neelam, maybe Kevin. That's me. So Nancy was unsure whom to ask. Good. Whom to ask for help. She didn't know whom to ask. We use whom because it's the object. This is the object pronoun. All right. Now, this next sentence, if I were speaking informally, I would say the contract that Larry is referring to, but what would we say, or what would we write in formal written English? The contract to which Larry is referring. Good. What about this next one here? Regardless of size or structure, any of the 300 companies featured any is a singular pronoun. So we have to use its. All right. And remember, not with an apostrophe, just ITS. Now here, many times when we were speaking, we would not put any word here. But if we were writing, what word would we put in this gap? The contract we saw that. All right? Not which. We use which for what we call non-defining relative clauses. If we simply want to give more information about a noun just before the comma. All right? As in the next example, Ian's birthday does not need defining, which falls on a Wednesday this year. Simply, this part between commas just simply describes or gives information about Ian's birthday. We use that if we need to define the contract that we're talking about. So these two, in GMAT land, are not interchangeable, which is followed by a comma, and it always refers to the noun just before the comma. We could take out the part between commas, and the sentence would still make sense. But if we took out this relative clause, then we wouldn't know which contract we're talking about. All right, how about the next sentence? Kellogg, name of a company, Kellogg, the employees of good, the employees of which usually wear jeans. Now, this is correct, although some people would say it's old-fashioned, and they would prefer to say Kellogg's whose employees usually wear jeans, we could also say whose employees. Even though Kellogg is not a person, we can still use the possessive pronoun. All right. How about this one? The common crow eggs are often mistaken for good. Whose? And this one, they make this type of decision in the weeks before Christmas. When most employees, good. So when is a relative pronoun too, and it refers to the time right before the comma. If there is not a time right before the comma, we cannot use this when as a relative pronoun. And we have impersonal pronouns here. For example, it takes a great deal of patience. And how about this one here? The university graduates, all of eager to get involved in volunteered to all of them eager to get involved. All right? Never use which to refer to people. Now, if I had a verb here, I could also say all of whom. Always use the object pronoun after a preposition. All of whom were eager. So I can say all of them eager with no verb, or all of whom were eager with a verb to be. All right, so those are the basic rules involving pronouns. And in your Manhattan Review material, all of this is covered at great length. But I'm just giving you a quick overview so that we can practice sentence correction questions in the GMAT exam productively.